The target grammar for this lecture is such. Perhaps you've heard the word such before, but the meaning that you know might be different to the one we're studying in this lecture. Such has 2 or 3 meanings in English. Let's have a look at the meaning we're going to focus on. Have a look at this example. I want to live somewhere quiet, clean, and exciting, but such a place is difficult to find. So in this sentence, what does such mean? Such refers back to something that you mentioned previously. In this case, such a place. So if you notice in the first sentence, I mentioned I want to live somewhere. And in the second sentence, I'm referring back to that place. So I say such a place. Such a place refers back to somewhere. It refers back to something that you mentioned previously. That's the meaning of such. We use it to refer back to something that we mentioned previously, like a pronoun. It's actually very similar to the pronoun this. Let me give you an example using this. I live in a very busy and noisy city, and I want to find somewhere quiet and peaceful to relax. This kind of place is difficult to find. So you can notice I use the word this to refer back to what I mentioned before. This is referring to the quiet and relaxing place that I want to find. Now, this could also be replaced with such. I could say, such a place is difficult to find. So this and such are very, very similar in that sense. Let's have a look at a few examples. Here is the first one. I know you are the boss, but threatening staff is completely wrong. You can get into serious trouble for such behavior. Now always think about what such is referring back to. In this case, it's referring back to the previous sentence. Such behavior. The behavior mentioned in the previous sentence is threatening staff. In that example, the boss was doing things that he shouldn't be doing. He was threatening staff. He was doing bad things. So someone confronted him and said, threatening staff is wrong. You can get into trouble for such behavior. You can get into trouble for this kind of behavior. So it's referring back to the behavior mentioned before. Here's another example for you. We always hear scare stories about eating too much meat. But are such claims based on reliable evidence? Here we have such claims. Now think about what claims are being referred to. The claims are scare stories. Claims are things that people believe, people say are true. So the scare stories are the claims that are being talked about here. In that example, the person is saying, well, should we really believe all these scare stories? People say meat can cause this disease or this problem. Should we believe such claims? Are such claims based on evidence? That's what the person is questioning in this example. Let's look at one more example now. Two friends are talking. Ken says, "In the near future, I think electric cars will be invented." And Harry replies, "Such cars are already on our roads." In this example, Harry is referring to something that Ken said. So it doesn't always have to be something that you said yourself. You can refer to something that someone else said before as well. So Ken said, "In the near future, electric cars will be invented." But he didn't realize, actually, they're already on our streets. People are driving electric cars today. So Harry said, "Such cars," he's referring to electric cars that Ken mentioned, "such cars are already on our roads." This means people are driving them around today. There are not many, but there are some. People are using these cars today. So I hope those examples have helped you to understand this grammar much better. Move on to the structure now. That's very, very important for this particular grammar. I'll see you in the next lecture.